Hey everyone! Welcome for another gaming show. I think this is actually the least amount of time that's been in between gaming shows for at least half a year now. Great. Of course, when I turn off the sound effects because I'm like, the sound effects are too distracting, I'm gonna have to scrap this whole recording and start over. I got a freaking critical capture and just all the reason not to actually keep the sound on and all. I'm gonna just do whatever in Pokemon Go while I'm waiting for the Incense Pokemon to pop up, because I'm already planning on just like plugging my Switch into my dock and my game capture device the next time that I play Animal Crossing, so there's at least some entertaining background stuff going on. Oh, nice. This is the second lit wick of this particular hour Incense event. For those who don't follow Pokemon Go too closely, like every hour for today, they're theming Incense spawns around a particular Pokemon type. This one is Fire, and this is supposed to be the rare spawn of the batch. But like with Clamperl, I didn't start using Incense until maybe the last 10 minutes, and I got 2 Clamperls fairly close to each other. I got the first Litwick within like the very beginning of the 12-1 slot. And this is only the second Litwick I've gotten since then, so I was getting a little worried there. But yeah, shoot, did I almost accidentally use a charge TM? I'm just trying to pull up another instance because I know... Wait, didn't they update the game where you could use multiple incense at once? I mean, I'm sitting at home, so it's not the end of the world or anything, but that completely botchers my whole commentary flow. As I was saying, how's things been with you guys? For me, some things have been better since the last part, some things kind of been worse. Yeah, you weren't shiny anyways, you stupid Torchic. So I'm just making by with what's abide. Man, I'm so close to getting the best buddies with frickin' Rui. Like, even if I get to the excited mood, I'm not sure if that's gonna be enough to get Rui the best buddies. But I was really hoping to actually do so, because I'm pretty hyped. I'm kind of hyped to see just how much that CP boost matters in Master Leagues. Being so close doesn't really help with that matter at all. As for life itself, some things have gotten better, some things have gotten worse since the last time we've talked. Trying to keep as much of the politics out as possible. It feels like people are starting to take things less seriously, even though in our area it's the worst time to take things less seriously. As I meant, I do live in the western half of New York State, so far enough away from New York City where there's enough rural areas, especially where I play. But I've still been trying to do proper social distancing by not going out too much. Like, today I tried to get up early and go over to a park before anyone else was up. And while there were other people around, unfortunately, it wasn't as bad as yesterday. And in both cases, yesterday and today, I was at least able to practice safe social distancing, wear a face mask the entire time I was walking, and all that. But it would be nicer if I could just walk in the park completely by myself, to be 100% on the safe side. And we go on that tangent because, like, one thing is always working full time, and yet still feeling like I'm getting the bitter end of the stick. Like, the one perk is I still get a paycheck, I don't have to file for unemployment. But man, I am infinitely jealous of anyone that's bored out of their mind, because if you know me, you know that I always have a bazillion things to do. Doesn't help lately, I just haven't, partly because of work, partly just because, like, motivation hasn't been too high, but I haven't really felt like doing much of anything. But the point still stands that I would never run out of things to do. Even if I don't want to do anything constructive, I got, like, a whole backlog of video games that I want to revisit, and stuff like that. Like, Game Chill is the most I could really muster, but at least it's something. I feel like I'm keep getting sidetracked, and I wanted to talk about other things. Yeah, the work situation, yeah, on my way up to work, like, the whole place that's by the office is working out, and at least there's barely anyone in the area when I'm walking, but it's only got 2 stops, so that's what's the greedy part of everything. I never really was too excited to walk over there instead of the park that got closed, because, like, I definitely would spend more resources catching what popped up than I would get back. So it's not a good area to stock up on, just like if I have to play and got nowhere else to play sort of thing. But as I sort of suspected on the last Game and Chill, the areas close to home are still open, so that's nice. Like, there's a lot of idiots that don't practice social distancing, but at least I do. And I'm following all the laws and regulations of our particular county and state. So, I mean, that's all I can really do. The face mask thing helps a lot too. It does cut into my enjoyment of the walking though, because it makes it harder to breathe, and I'm definitely not getting the fresh air, but the only time I wouldn't wear it is if there was no one else in the area. And if there are people, I gotta keep it on, because otherwise it defeats the whole purpose of all the sacrifices, I say loosely, that I have been making, like coming straight home after work. And or not, I haven't gone grocery shopping since all those things came down, because I live with the rest of my family and I don't want to make extra trips. The only time I actually go into a store is like if it's somewhere I have to go anyways. Like yesterday, I have to fill up on gas because I'm still driving like 45 minutes to work and back. So I figured while I was in the reservation area, where the gas stations are and that I would pick up some pop. And the week before, I just skipped out on the pop that I normally have just because I didn't go. I went to a closer gas station that time. So I guess I'm just always paranoid about talking about it, because I feel like I'm not paranoid of if I'm doing enough, and if other people think I'm doing enough. Like, I would, if I could just be home all the time, I would. It's not like I don't like live or die on how many parties I do in a single day. But I still have to go to work. I'm not getting any benefits for working at a time like this. So I just gotta do what I can. And at least try not to feel guilty about it. I'll admit I'm not very successful as not feeling guilty about doing what I have to do, but at least that's a sign that I actually care. The guilt is a sign that I care, at least. But I feel like I'm just going down a downward spiral at this point. It's not like I would have much incentive to go out this weekend anyways, because TRG Direct was this weekend. So I'll want to be in front of my computer as much as I can to watch that. For better or for worse, as personal events yesterday kind of unfold, but I'm gonna leave that at that. If you're wondering what TRG Direct is even about, a collab channel I do on, or watch, I should say, on YouTube, called Front Controllers, or Runaway Guys. That's what TRG stands for, the Runaway Guys. And they're YouTubers that I've been watching for a long period of time. For the past couple of years, they've always had like a large event where they all get together and do a charity stream for the entirety of the weekend to raise money for direct relief. Which is actually a really good charity to donate to at a time like this, I'm just gonna say. You can bet that direct relief is well involved with the COVID-19 incidences and all that. Just try and get face masks out to people who need them, all that. they've done this every year, but unfortunately, like with all the travel bans, and obviously like you're supposed to practice social distancing, they weren't able to meet up this year. However, they did come up with an alternative, which is what TRG Direct ended up being. It's basically like how I've usually seen charity stream events done. Like everyone just takes turn hosting on the particular Twitch stream, and you set up donation incentives and go for all that like usual. It's actually been a real fun weekend. So at a time like this, it's always nice to have something fun to look forward to. If I remember, I'll try like. I doubt that the Runway guys will have the VODs uploaded to YouTube by the time I get this up. But if they do, I'll include links to that in the video somewhere. If not, I'll include links to the Twitch channel so you can look up the archive. But I'm sure if you subscribe to the Runway guys, which is a fun channel, so it's worth subscribing to in and of itself, you'll be able to see those archive clips when they go up. But it's been fun. I'll admit, part of the reason why I'm a little worried about having content for the next couple weeks was I spent the times I did actually feel like working on things, I pretty much spent making fan art. So if you've been following me on Twitter, which I usually try to include a link to the social feeds, or at least my site, which has social feeds, in the description of every video, you'll see that I've been like doing a little fan art based on things that happened, like what's a good example? When I think about it, like, a lot of it's actually really awkward to explain without the context of the stream. So I did fan art of an Umbreon, I'll just say that. Because they had a Pokemon battling segment, and there was a joke made with an Umbreon, and I like Umbreon. So I drew an Umbreon. And there's nothing edgy or wrong with the Umbreon. It is a completely normal Umbreon. And then there's like Peggy, which I feel like you have to have the context of not just TRG. You don't even need the context of TRG to get Peggy. You actually need to watch a completely different streamer to understand what the heck Peggy's about. But it's like my favorite in-joke in the entire Let's Play community. So if you've been watching me or following me for a while, you've probably at least seen a Peggy fan art or something here and there. So that's the third Litwick of the event, if I'm not mistaken. And they're pretty good. Like, when Niantic stated that if you're extremely lucky, you'll get blank. I thought that would mean at most I would only be getting one per instance. But getting 3 Litlit, which I'm going to use for candies for my Chandelures, is pretty good in and of itself. So yeah, is there anything else I want to talk about? Like, unfortunately, like, I haven't really been too eventful, so I don't really have too many good Game Chill stories to share. Minus the fact that I've been watching the TRG charity stream for a while. Cause yeah, I work, and I go home, and I do stuff on my computer. I guess I did just finish editing some Celeste not too long ago. I'm actually a little bummed out because I just got done saying in the Chapter 3 B-side that I promise that I'm not going to have any more technical difficulties and will actually get to see things blind. I go edit the next video, which is my blind playthrough of a completely new chapter, and I find frickin' half the footage missing. So yeah, I haven't figured out what I'm going to do with that yet. But at least the majority of that chapter will have blind live commentary, because it did get that part get recorded. Unfortunately, the ending's going to be missing, and I haven't decided if it's better for me just to replay that section and not worry about the video until I get an opportunity to record Celeste, because honestly, it's been months since I've last played Celeste, despite the fact that I have so much content to cover still. So I wouldn't be disappointed to have an excuse to play Celeste again. That's for sure. Unfortunately, I just feel like I'd be missing the experience of doing it for the first time. It arguably would still be blind because it's just been so freaking long since I've played that chapter, and by God, it's a hard chapter, and I only remember that because, one, I finished editing I had some of the footage that I still had the recording of, so I saw it with my own eyes, but even without that, I just remember it being so freaking hard. I mean, the blessing and curse about having a Celeste, I don't know which it is, but at least I have a huge backlog. Excuse me. At least have a huge backlog of Celeste recorded. So even if I were to like lose my, if it wasn't for the fact that I keep losing random parts of the live commentary, and I only blame myself. I know there's not a technical issue that really is causing it. I probably just like misplaced it or overrid the file name or something stupid like that. But I would be able to just edit Celeste footage for a long period of time, just because I enjoyed playing it so much that it was impossible not to get so caught up and far in advance, just because I couldn't wait until I finished editing to record more of it. So at least if something were to happen, I at least have something to work on. And even without Celeste, like, I'm so far ahead in my Go Battle League Live backlog that those two things would probably carry the channel alone if for some reason I couldn't record, but I could edit. But it's good to have a live recording every now and then just to ensure that I don't get rusty or anything. I think I kind of reached the end of what I was talking about. It's a little shorter than the past couple of game shows, but part of the reason why it's usually so long for a game and chill session is just because it's been so long since I've recorded the last one that I just have all these stories to share, but there isn't really anything too exciting to share for now. Oh yeah, I did like complete quote-unquote the tutorial / main game of Animal Crossing New Horizon, like all the missions you do to eventually get KK to join the island. That's all done, so I got like the island builder features and all the cool stuff, so like if I really wanted to, I could completely change the landscape. Pretty good timing too, because for some reason I haven't really felt like playing Animal Crossing as much as I usually do. It'll be nice, like, I still stand by Animal Crossing is a perfect game to record game and chill on normally. Like, the only reason I'm actually pulling Pokemon Go and talking for now is because of the Incense event going on, and I really wanted to stock up on as many lit licks as possible. Maybe even a shiny. It's a little bit of a shame we haven't gotten a shiny on film yet, but I'm sure I'll catch at least one and have some shiny stories to share. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go one more time, extend like our talk together a little bit longer to showcase some shinies that I've inevitably got since the last one. Mostly just because the Easter event was real kind to me. I talked about the execute that I got before already, but I think, if not later on that day, then the following day, I opened up I redeemed my field research from, as I was in a gas station. It was the Hatch 4 egg research. I got it, and it was this nice Chansey. And of course, the following day, I go over to one of the local parks that are still open, and it turns out to be a Skarmory nest, so I'm just, of course, in there, and got another shiny Skarmory. I got way too many of these. Unfortunately, I can't transfer non-Gen 1 Pokemon into Pokemon Bank yet, because I feel like I got enough Skarmories that I could probably, like, either use them as trade fodder to get some of my Galar Pokedex entries, or just Wonder Trade for the heck of it. But also in that park, I also got the shiny Flower Crown Baneri. It's nice in itself. And I did some of the Go Battle League and got the Mero. I did record the footage. I think I didn't live commentate getting the Meryl, unfortunately. Ah, shoot, I missed a Charmander, and the pessimist in my mind is just saying, of course, that would be the shiny, but I mean, seriously, Jackie Kate, you've gotten so few shinies off this event so far. Why would that one Charmander that you didn't skip because you were showing fine viewers some different content besides just standing in this one spot waiting for Pokemon to spawn? Point is, I think I got the mirror on recording. I'm not 100% sure, but I am 100% sure it wasn't live commentated, so it doesn't really matter. Anyways, it was still nice to get. I was hoping to do more, but unfortunately, like, because I was walking in the park earlier, I completely forgot about turnips, and I wanted to get the turnips. And by the time I finished taking care of turnips, that was when I remembered Go Battle League was a thing, so I only got like 3 sets. I did have some fun live commentary battles that will eventually get uploaded to the channel though, so that'll be fun in of itself. That reminds me, I have to pick out one of those 3 battles to actually like showcase either this set. Showcase soon is what I'm saying. Cause I do still have that promise I made of, no, I don't want to say promise, but goal. The goal of getting at least one fresh Go Battle League battle per season and / league. I think I went over this in the last one, but you know, like, Master League isn't going to be around for much longer, so I gotta get a video up and of stuff like that. I'm not too worried, because it's simple enough that I could at least do the majority of the editing for that while I'm watching the TRG stream later today. I haven't even talked about the TRG stream too much, have I? It's just a fun event. I would say go to Proton John's Twitch channel and watch it, but there's no way it'll still be going on by the time this goes up. But if I do have those links to some videos from it, I do encourage you to check it out. Or just follow me on Twitter. I've probably like retweeted a bunch of random fan art and occasional clips people made from that stream. And that in of itself would be fun. You might at least get an idea why I find it so entertaining. You probably won't get what the heck's going on. But it was basically just a general video game stream, and they had different blocks for different types of games. That's probably the most basic way I can explain it. You'll just have to take my word for it that it's a lot more fun than it sounds. And I tried to make it sound as fun as possible. Alright, yeah, I actually somehow managed a tangent right when I was ending off things to be about as long as a normal Game and Chill session is. So I'll see you for real now. Cause at this rate I could probably like ramble on forever. Take care.